Hello everybody, this is Movie Purgatory with J and T. We're going to be reviewing the film Dracula AD 1972. So this is our view and review segment.
Some just kind of quick rules that we like to have for ourselves when we watch it. We like to watch the movies just going completely blind. We don't research them, we don't look up anything, we just watch the movie just kind of in its purest form.
Last time around we reviewed and watched Horror of Dracula.
Right.
And we're skipping ahead a few in the Hammer horror series. So when you hear Dracula movie, what terms come to mind?
Gothic castle, Gothic imagery.
European castle.
Right.
What about 1972?
In specific, 1972. I think that's one of the weirder concepts for this movie.
It's calling out a very specific year.
Right. Which is one of the reasons why we're reviewing this movie, basically.
It kind of drew us in.
What does that exactly mean? Is he in like bell bottoms? Does he have crazy sideburns? Does he play in a stupid rock band? I can see why they made this movie, to try to update the Dracula brand, but to do it to such a specific year is strange.
And one of the things we were curious about is this one of the first iterations of bringing Dracula into present day?
Right.
Because that has been done, before, and definitely more recently than 1972.
Right.
So, that might be kind of unique or interesting. How well will it age over time?
Right.
I feel like any modern day interpretation of a story, it's going to have some awkward parts that may or may not age very well.
Right.
But we figured it'd be interesting to see how this take on Dracula turned out.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is Dracula AD 1972.
Hope you enjoy, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
The year 1872. The final confrontation between Lawrence Van Helsing and his archenemy, the demon vampire Dracula.
Not my pretty face. Good thing my sideburns broke my fall.
Oh, he get stabbed by a wagon wheel?
No.
Oh, he did! Oh, look at that!
Wagon wheel through the heart.
Oh! He's gonna attack him with the wagon wheel.
This is awkward.
You found my vampire weakness. Massive internal hemorrhaging.
Oh, okay. So different melting techniques this time.
Oh god, he's becoming blurry. Good thing they went with Van Helsing. Larry the Vampire Slayer just doesn't have the same ring to it. Hey, what's that creepy guy doing over there?
He's got resting Alex face.
And Dracula jets off to Vegas for the weekend. I want to go back to 1872.
Oh, hey, Carol Brady.
What is
Why
happening
is she
here?
crying?
Did they crash the party?
Brings a guitar to the gig, is resorted to clapping.
I hope they don't suspect that I'm evil.
They just barged in. You're quite right, love. They are animals. And they're worse than animals. They're antisocial.
Ugh, I hate him.
Dracula!
Police.
Friday night.
5. They're pretty sharp. 8 minutes. You see, the whole idea, baby, is that we get out 1 minute before the fuzz get here. Right?
Oh god, they're starting another song.
Sure, why not? Let's throw that instrument in there. All right, well, I know what scenes to cut down instantly.
All of it?
Thanks, man.
Too bad they ran out of adult-sized hats.
Well, the new experiences, the new happenings, Ed.
Okay, Johnny, where?
Something new, yet as old as time, I wonder.
Parkour, extreme knitting,
date.
ferret hurling, speed ironing,
devil.
tea chugging. Any of these working?
Bacchanal with Beelzebub.
Ouija boards.
Do you remember how boring and uninteresting all the teenagers were in Jaws 2?
Yeah.
This.
Let's get this straight. You're talking about black mass and that sort of jazz, right?
Yes, that sort of jazz.
Come on, Jazz. It could be a giggle.
I'm fond of giggles.
Okay. But if we do get to summon up the big daddy with the horns and the tail, he gets to bring his own liquor, his own bird, and his own pot.
Maybe I just don't like kids in the 70s banter.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Johnny.
Oh, come on, Bob. You're not going to chicken out now, are you?
No, I didn't say that.
I prefer to call it wienering out.
Come on, love, it's only a giggle.
You like to giggle, don't you?
You know what's really cool? Old stuff.
That's not the most flattering Dracula portrait. Is that car made of tinfoil?
God, it's made out of a cookie tin. You know what rocks? A 6-hour flute solo. Oh God. Peter Cushing, save us from this movie. Bring Dracula with you.
Hey, I saw that guy die.
There's Peter O'Toole. Maybe he's a descendant of the other Peter?
Mm-hmm. The other Peter.
Wait, Peter O'Toole.
He's
Peter O'Toole. Peter Cushing. Peter O'Toole.
He's his own grandpa.
Yeah.
Hi.
What are you doing in here?
Oh, just browsing.
This is my place of work.
It's not just for a giggle.
I think it's all kinky.
Ew, don't say kinky in front of your grandfather.
Are you going out again tonight? With that gang of yours?
Hey, we're a cult, not a gang.
The full extent of my wild ways stretches to half a pint of lager now and again.
Bath salts and Mott the Hoople, on the other hand.
Peter Cushing, it really is just good at doing anything.
Once he's on the screen, I actually am a lot more interested than the youths.
There we are, Jess.
Oh God, I hope you die first.
He really can't die fast enough.
So I made a boob, I mean.
Made a boob?
That's a hard thing to do.
Is that really an English phrase?
Come on!
I have more movie to ruin.
Here I go.
No drugs. That's just what they did back then.
Get on with it. I'm getting cold.
All right, no fooling around.
Do you guys like my demo tape? Oh, I guess you do. God, do you guys even know how to listen to music?
Hands to yourself.
Yeah, what's he doing?
And do the monster mash. It's a graveyard smash. I don't even think they're banging on drums.
It's like ice cream pails and tin cans.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
You up.
Like my Snuggie.
I call upon Asmodeus the Destroyer,
All for a giggle.
friend of all the great lords of Hades.
And upon Gary, he owes me 5 quid.
And Count Dracula.
Wait, who? Oh, the guy in this movie.
Who we haven't seen since the start.
I like how you got all these guys to just agree to this weird ass ritual.
All I can say is, like, it'll be groovy, man.
Yeah.
They have chosen you to help me, Jessica. Don't be frightened. There's nothing to fear, I swear.
No.
No! See, Johnny me! Pick me!
This is safe done.
Yeah, okay, or whatever.
That's cool too.
Those drugs. 90% of dirt in the 70s was drugs.
80% of air was drugs.
Are we high right now? a touch dramatic.
Funny, I've never seen a ham sacrifice themselves at these things.
What's he smoking down there?
Easy Bake Dracula.
It's hot boxing the tomb.
Oh, so now is when everybody starts freaking out?
Okay, is this the right scene for things to get funky?
You guys forgetting someone?
No one's gonna help her. Oh, okay. Okay.
Abandon your friends.
Okay. Help her!
You just got blood on you, run! Oh, okay.
No, this is very spooky.
Inhale a little Dracula.
You gave Gandalf shit for smoking.
Well, at least he's not face rubbing anymore. They grew out of that face.
I agree.
Shit, that's fresh.
It's a human pot brownie.
Okay, so we'll go to the tavern tomorrow, usual time. Well, Laura will be there. A bit drained, but she'll be there.
A bit drained, huh?
To say to
You get it? You get it? I hate this movie.
British kids do.
Just kick fences.
Kick fences.
You found the gate to crappy Narnia.
Hi, folks.
Hi, man.
You finally made it.
And where have you been? Railway station.
Railway station?
Well, sure.
What for, Johnny?
Took Laura to meet the Ramsgate train.
Ramsgate?
Why are they all so casual?
What you all on about? Look, about last night, you've got some explaining to do, mate.
Yeah, you think?
Boy, you were all flying high.
So in the 70s, people they're not really sure if they're high or not.
You're misremembering. You thought you were terrified, but you actually were having a lot of fun.
Tell us about the blood, Johnny.
It's a blood capsule.
Bloody hell.
Okay, that is the weakest Kool-Aid I've ever seen.
Your blood was a bit chunkier than that, Captain.
You really thought I was spooking up old Beelzebub? Wait till Laura hears about it.
Well, that's what you find in crappy Narnia.
Happened sometime last night. Cause of death? Difficult to say without a post-mortem.
You didn't notice the gaping holes in her neck?
Seems as if someone's tried to drain the whole body of blood.
I mean, that could be a cause of death. I mean, just a hunch.
He's stirring his coffee with his pen.
Thanks for ruining my pen. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, yes, I thought this one might interest you, sir. A lass called Jessica Van Helsing. Her grandfather's Professor Lorimer Van Helsing, London University.
Oh, that's annoying. Thank you for... You're not going to stop that, are you?
No, I can't quite hear you. There's a lot of clicking noises.
I think I'd like to go and talk to Professor Van Helsing and his granddaughter.
Some smokes in the box. Help us out.
You can tell I'm single by the pool table in my living room.
Oh, God, where have you been?
You've helped us in the past for certain aspects of this case, but my
Left us with these teenagers.
It's awful.
my scope.
Now, my sphere of interest concerns the occult, psychophenomena. I don't see how this business to fit with that.
Look picture of the wagon spoke.
still stuck in it.
There are signs which indicate that as the girl was dying, her body was drained of blood.
Vampirism.
Ooh. What do you think of that shit?
You're joking.
Earlier, you said it was only one of the reasons why you came to see me.
I wanted to see your granddaughter.
Oh, I don't think so.
Jessica Van Helsing?
Late visitors.
Was that a pill case? Oh.
You want me to
Oh.
What the fuck are you trying out for a Keebler elf?
You bedazzled nun?
Jessica, will you come in here, please?
Something wrong?
You've been doing tassels again, haven't you?
I knew those crafting parties were dangerous.
I think my granddaughter's had enough.
Yes, sure. All right, Mr. Helsing.
It's just the tassels, and she's like taking the tassels to like wipe her tears.
The floor knows.
Yeah. It's so tragic.
Sergeant, I'll bet you £1 to a pinch of shit that there's a little piece of hash somewhere.
You'll pound out a pinch of shit? What?
A what to a what? Let's rewind that and translate for Blimey speak.
Tell me about that boy, Johnny.
Is he seeing anyone?
Can you introduce me to him?
surname of his?
Ellicott? Surprises, you're full of surprises. Oh.
Wait, was the weed a surprise? I don't think it's a surprise back then. I think everybody had that. Now, the thing you need to do with this fence is kick it.
Right here. Okay, how long has he been trying to figure this out?
Does he need a full cipher?
Really? Did you... Oh, okay. Fine.
She is not the one.
But still cute.
I have returned to destroy the House of Van Helsing forever, the old through the young. You and your line have been chosen.
I'll find her. But it would be easier if I was given the power.
Oh, God. What a dumb face. That's like the dumbest vampire reveal.
Oh, good. We're back in his office again. How exciting.
Van Helsing, I have to keep an open mind.
It is a pattern here. And the key to that pattern is this boy you're still searching for, Johnny Alucard.
I've proven this extensively.
That cipher wasn't backwards. That was like...
No, it was backwards. You just had to write it all out.
Okay, well that was even more complicated than it had to be.
The monster abhors silver of any kind, especially, for instance, a silver-bladed knife. There is also a theory that a vampire may be destroyed by being immersed in clear running water.
Clear running water?
Yes.
Clear running water, so vampires can be killed by giving them a bath?
Yes, it sounds stupid.
Now, firstly, let me help.
What do you want me to do?
Kiss me.
Oh, you might.
I just hope you're wrong about this entire business, Professor.
I wish I was, Inspector.
Gee, I wonder if it's silver-plated.
Vampires hate blurry knives. No, not that way.
No, you gotta kick it.
To kick it.
You there, Johnny?
Hi, Bob. I've been waiting for you.
Is Jess Van Helsing in, please?
Who wants to know? Bob? It's all right, Mrs. Donnelly. Bob's a friend of mine. But how should I know? Your grandfather said it's all right.
Okay, calm down, Grandma.
No, I think we found our Gerda.
It's all Elvis, Stevens. You heard about Laura? Well, now they found Gaynor the same way. Very dead. Anyway, they've got him now.
Where?
Down the cavern. They thought you ought to go down there too, so they sent me round for you.
There's no one here.
Oh boy, I don't like where this is going.
What kind of movie is this?
What's going on?
Yeah, God, that looks so dumb.
Can I speak to my granddaughter?
Not here, Professor. She went out some time ago.
I suddenly feel the spirit of my ancestor cursing the name of Gerda.
Batman, go! Okay, that is not how you... I'm not English. What? Okay. That is not... That can't be. That can't be.
That's the hip 70s way to wear it.
Yeah, a bit of a cramp there.
Jessica? Oh, mannequin.
Professor Van Helsing.
Oh yeah, you're in this movie too.
I've been looking for you everywhere. Is Jessica missing now?
Yes, now if you please.
If she's in any danger, I
believe
think...
she's in the gravest danger. Will you give me his address?
Where is she, Johnny? Where is my granddaughter? Where's Jessica? I want my granddaughter back.
I don't know what you're about.
You'd better tell me what these are for.
That's personal.
You might want to put that down.
I learned that from somebody.
Oh God, stop making that smile, you goob.
Least intimidating vampire ever.
Oh yeah, I forgot I could stab you.
I like how this turned into a pool house brawl all of a sudden.
Oh, I thought he was trying to do a trick. He's like, fuck! Oh, yeah. Oh, shit!
Okay, calm down there, Johnny Overactor.
Yeah, very terrifying vampire you turned out to be.
Let me scuttle away in fear.
That's literally the Goofy scream right there.
Hey, remember when I was talking about the flowing water and how it could kill vampires? Fumbled himself to death.
So bad.
Somewhere out there, that obscene devil has her. This is his revenge. A revenge stretching over the years. Give me 1 hour there, alone. Just 1 hour as the sun sets.
Hey, look at those. Came pre-kicked.
There. He figured it out.
Figured it out. Finally. It took the whole movie to figure that out.
Apparently the English just can't build a fence that can keep anyone out of anywhere.
So wouldn't he kind of burn up in the sun, though?
I was gonna say, wasn't he?
They're out in daylight.
Tired.
Jessica?
Slap, slap, slap.
Jessica, darling. I can't wake you from this. Nobody can.
My slaps do nothing.
I've done all I could. Here's my bill.
Oh, okay. How many of those does he need?
Apparently all of them. Got it at a flea market.
And some sweet ninja stars.
Oh, Dracula, you're in this movie.
Look at that. He is in here.
How about that? I have a feeling the scene is not what it's intended to be. It's not what you're thinking it's for.
There's an ulterior motive here.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything. I never touched her.
Alright, finally the showdown.
It's just his thing, huh?
They just like throwing candles at each other, don't they?
Oh god, I want to run away from this soundtrack.
You can't outrun the funk.
Jessica! Don't go near him!
Yeah. A 72 Camaro should be screeching into the scene any time now.
The Holy Ghost!
Oh god, that's right, he did that scream again. Yeah, boy.
What am I looking at?
Doesn't look great. Oh, that actually looks good.
Yeah. That was weird.
That's a lot of 70s.
That was very 70s. Boy. I don't know how I feel about that one.
All right, so that was Dracula 1972 AD. T, what did you think?
It's not good. It's not the worst movie that I've seen. It makes us really appreciate the original Dracula movie, the 58 version.
14 years passed between those two movies.
Right.
But in a lot of ways, the 1958 Dracula was better.
Yeah.
Story-wise, it was a bit better. The beginning of the movie was fantastic.
Yeah, that part was actually good. You're in the 1800s, you have Van Helsing and Dracula fighting on top of a moving stagecoach. Mm-hmm. So it's already got like a great opening scene. Like, the music's good.
The action is suspenseful and dramatic, and you're like, who's gonna win? What's gonna happen?
The cart crashes. Dracula has been speared by the wagon wheel and is fighting Van Helsing while being still impaled on the wagon wheel.
With, a wagon wheel impaled through his, near his chest.
Yeah. It is the right kind of silly.
It's over the top, but it works. And it looks cool.
It's perfect. I'm all for this movie. I'm having a great time. They've done some kind of like a silly fight, but not really.
Some of the effects, I know in the last episode we kind of riffed a little bit on effects that looked a little bit silly, but honestly, a lot of the effects held up pretty well. And a lot of the effects were actually better than some of the effects in 1972 AD.
The transitions of the decaying body. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, they were doing the fade effects for some of the transitions.
Yeah.
Decomposing or something like that. Except none of the scenes align very well. And normally, if you do that, you have to be very careful about the actor staying in the same place while they might change the makeup or add some effects. And they were pretty far off here to the point where it almost looked blurry or like you couldn't quite see what was going on.
Yeah, it doesn't last long. Well, sometimes you could probably argue it's probably a little too long.
It feels long.
It felt long. So they both die. Dracula and Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Then you get this mystery character, and he like scoops up the ashes into the vial, goes to Van Helsing's funeral. He buries the ashes in there with the stakes, so you kind of think like, okay, somehow this guy is probably going to try to resurrect Dracula. Cut to plane flying in the sky.
You're ripped out of the cool scene into...
I have to go into the 70s. You know what you're watching. You know that we have to eventually get to the 70s. It's 1972. But man...
They made the past so cool.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I don't want to leave that.
I think in our first reaction video, we even said this.
Oh. That kind of bums me out, actually. Doesn't it? Doesn't it kind of bum me out? Like, oh, yeah.
I know we're supposed to go to the 70s, but now...
Not now.
But they kind of ruined it.
Yeah,
like, I don't even want to be here now.
Yeah, you're like, not like this.
Yeah. Not like... not like this. It is very 70s. If it doesn't deliver on the Dracula, it delivers on the 70s.
Yeah, it's a little light on the Dracula and a little heavy on the 1972.
Right. And they do it all. They got the lingo, they got the outfits, the bad music. They got everything. They got everything. The weird swaying to... No one does that. No one does that. We didn't grow up in the 70s.
So we don't have the nostalgia for it.
I don't mind kind of looking at it sometimes because it is a bit of a time capsule.
Story has been played out too much.
Right.
Well, what if we brought it into present day? That's a cool thought. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But it's really, it really depends on how it's carried out.
When you do a movie, let's say set in the future, like we're going to travel to 2015, Marty, and it's just like, that's kind of cool. Like I'd love to see their like interpretations of like what the future is going to be like. But when you do such a specific year of the year it came out,
it's bound to feel dated fairly quickly.
Stone ground. And the wild party that's happening. I actually don't like this.
There could have been ways to make it cool, like if that were the setup.
Yeah.
And then like Dracula's in the background or kill someone, you'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
He's back, he's loose, and he's on the attack. Yeah, we don't get that. We just get a very drawn out scene with this 70s jam band.
Yeah.
And a bunch of, 70s youths acting rebellious in this kind of rich people's party.
Look at these ruffians, and they're ruining my house, and the girl that's bored is eating a boring apple. Having boring sex, I guess, or something like that. She's just apathetic to everything. Then there's annoying Dustin Hoffman. Who's not Dustin Hoffman, I just call him Lookalike. I will say the one thing I did like about that scene, though, is when they're speculating when the police are going to show up, and they're kind of like trying to get it down to the minute. For some reason I like that. That might be just my own thing.
No, like based on traffic, and you kind of get the sense like, oh, they've had the authorities called on them before.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. I minded the band. I didn't like watching the band.
We've talked about this before with movies, but it's never great when a band in the film has to play like the whole song in its entirety.
Right.
It doesn't typically work out.
I think it's a kiss of death for a movie. When there's a band that plays a song in its entirety in the movie is bad. And not only is it bad, this band plays 2 full songs. They're playing as background when the people are kind of doing their bit about the time and everything like that. But it's still 2 full songs that I gotta listen to from the most probably boring band of the 1970s.
It was a return of Peter Cushing.
Right.
Which we didn't know going into it. Found that out after the fact. So
yeah,
kind of an extra bonus. Kind of going back to Peter Cushing, his role again. Well, the descendant of Van Helsing.
Yeah, it's not actually Van Helsing, previous movie that we reviewed. It's his descendant. I don't really like it when movies do that. Peter Cushing doesn't appear again in this movie until the 20-minute marker. Dracula, he doesn't appear again until like 37 minutes into the movie. And then after that, not again until an hour into the movie. From that first initial fight scene.
They spent a long time introducing and setting up the group of kids.
These new characters, basically.
In the movie.
Some of them are fine, but for a Dracula movie, I just don't care. Let's dive into that church scene. Johnny Alucard is the most dramatic person in this whole movie. What's weird about him, he's got a cool face. If he just keeps quiet to himself...
Sneaky villain.
He's very interesting.
He has an intriguing face.
Yes. He talks, and he's fine. He's a good actor. But man, when he's like bellowing and like doing the chants...
By the 6,000 terrors of hell, I baptize thee.
Yeah, a little bit over the top.
So over the top. When you get to more Van Helsing scenes, they're kind of shot in a boring skyscraper or office with the inspector.
Yeah, it's a lot of exposition.
Yeah.
And kind of sitting around talking about things. Pretty light on action or anything.
Yeah. So unfortunately all the inspector stuff is boring and it doesn't go anywhere. The inspector's not even in the final fight scene or anything like that.
It's also a little funny how much evidence there was pointing to Dracula.
Yeah.
You know, you get it, like, oh, well, that couldn't be Dracula, but, oh, these victims were completely drained of blood.
Right.
With wounds in their necks.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know if it's Dracula.
Cult.
It might be something else.
Yeah.
The movie has Dracula in the title.
Yeah.
So I think
apparently
pretty clear about it.
Apparently he's in this movie.
Yeah.
Johnny Alucard, Van Helsing is fighting him with the mirror.
Yeah.
And he does a series of slips and falls, turns on the shower, and then dies in the shower.
They made a real big point of pointing that out, and that was a vampire weakness that I wasn't quite aware about. I knew holy water.
I've never heard of that way to kill a vampire. He's dead in the tub, right? And they show him, and he's like a dead cat. like with his fangs up, like,
like a dried up bug.
It's so stupid. In our previous review, we were talking about, like, but we're just kind of nitpicking. Like, no, we're not nitpicking this time. This is stupid. We have to talk about that final battle scene. Some kind of cool things, some moments that are goofy that ruin anything kind of cool. For one, Dracula being stabbed by the knife and doing that scream.
Almost a Wilhelm scream.
And this could just be me pointing this out. Van Helsing lays, I would say, a cool trap. Like kind of a false floor, the spikes are up type of thing to get him. But he falls in forward, and for a split second you see his butt. Not like his butt, but like his cape flips up, and it looks really silly.
Very front and center in the camera.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is how Dracula dies.
Right, and
butt up.
He's kind of like that same slow motion fade type of thing, and yeah, that doesn't look great either.
Yeah, I think the 1958 horror Dracula death actually was better, more well done.
Yes, absolutely. With the practical effects, even though we made kind of fun of the Fozzie Bear one, I don't blame the actors. I think it's the script's fault, and the concept is kind of a mess.
For being set in 1972, they had kind of the youth and the characters and what they did fit, but almost all of the movie involving Dracula was set in this church, which at that point you can't really tell it's 1970. It doesn't really play into the movie at all.
He's actually not really in the 70s. He's in like an abandoned church, so he's in his gothic element.
Yeah.
But there's nothing 70s about that element. It's just like, it's almost like it's two separate movies type of thing.
And maybe they thought like, well, Dracula running around 1972 England would be too silly.
Too silly?
But I think that would have at least gave it some charm and some chance for it to be different than other Dracula movies.
I think they should have had Dracula, bell bottoms, big mutton chops, listening to the rock and roll with all the other kids.
Probably more entertaining and pulled him into the setting a little bit more. Even if he were stalking his victims around a 1970s nightclub or that kind of environment.
Something like that.
Would have been. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I think they had a little bit of a missed opportunity there. Dracula AD 1972.
Yeah.
Not a great movie, but it was a lot of fun to watch and riff on.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we watched it.
Let us know if there's other vampire movies that you want us to check out. What did you think about this movie? Leave that in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe, like our videos.
I hope you enjoyed our Halloween episode and our continuation of the Dracula theme.
Yeah.
This is J&T, Movie Purgatory, and we'll be back with more weird, obscure movies.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.